E aí galerinha do YouTube, aqui quem fala cara, hoje vamos jogar mais Dragon Ball fighterz. Eu vou fazer mais vídeo de Dragon Ball fighterz. O time é esse aqui, ó. Android 28 Jaleco, Vegeta Base de Anemba. Então tá, vamos lá. Agora vai, nossa, né? Será que eu nunca lutei contra? Eu tava quase pensando em dividir esses. Fazer de dois por causa que tava demorando demais pra carregar.
Evenly matched. There must be some way to tip the scales. The attack isn't enough to something. It's a dirty fight. The match isn't over yet. If it were me, I'd be able to turn things around. Time to see how this fight ends. I've watched this much. It would be nice to see some sort of dramatic comeback. I'm not gonna hold anything back. Just because you defeated one opponent doesn't mean you've won. You've lost one of your teammates. Time to fight as if you never needed them. What are you doing holding back from an equally strong opponent? Attack already! You think you're okay with this much capital? How naive. If this is enough damage to warrant giving up. And I was quite impressed how merciless that attack was. This isn't all you've got, right?
Esse cara é bom.
This isn't all just because you defeated one opponent doesn't mean you won.
Vamos ver se o plano de 9 vai dar certo.
I was quite impressed how merciless that attack was. It's easy to
Eu deveria ser
No one said your opponent wouldn't attack from behind. Is he going to continue that strong attack? One heavy attack isn't enough to make them suffer.
Eu tenho que dar. Nossa! Durou bastante o negócio, eu consegui bastante barra.
I'm quite impressed how merciless that attack was. You were able to win this one, but it's far from over. Guess there's no such thing as a dirty fight. Be this strong! Who the hell is this guy?
Eu vou tentar fazer esse plano de novo. Nossa, quase que eu ganhei. Okay.
It's all or nothing. Fight it out.
That's smart. You really are carefree if you get cocky over this kind of a lead. That might have done some damage, but it's still too weak to finish things off. That wasn't a bad attack. That might have done some damage, but it's still too weak to finish things off. It didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. An easy win. Don't get too cocky or you'll trip up. There's no such thing as a dirty fight. This isn't
Caramba.
right. Just might be over. That didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. One heavy attack isn't enough to let them suffer. That didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. I've watched this much, so it'd be nice to see some sort of dramatic comeback. Smart thinking. Just because you defeated one opponent doesn't mean you've won.
Let's go!
Smart thinking. Let's hope that move pays off. That might have done some damage.
Cara, vai me
Still too weak to
deletar.
finish things off. You're nothing if you can't do the mirror thing.
Se ele quiser, ele tem barra suficiente.
That's how it's done.
É, ele ia fazer.
Just one attack. Just because you defeated one opponent doesn't mean you've won. You're in for some real trouble if you're getting cocky over this.
Nossa, não vi essa. Eu não vi. Não vi nem essa.
You have to make techniques. They seem to know when to switch in and out. He's just standing there, menacingly. Don't get too excited. That was surprisingly worth watching.
It's all or nothing. Fight it out!
You'll never hear the end of it if you don't put up a good fight.
Nossa, nessa.
To see how this fight ends.
Jogou muito esperado.
I might have done some damage, but it's still too weak to finish things off. There's no such thing as a dirty fight. I didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. A standard attack. I'm actually quite impressed how merciless that attack was. That wasn't bad.
Eu devia ter visto essa.
Smart thinking. Let's hope that move pays off. Guess there's no such thing as a dirty fight. It's easy to get careless when your enemy's far away, isn't it?
Amazing! What?
Guess there's no such
O
thing
que eu
as a dirty
deveria ter
fight.
usado o golpe médio.
This isn't all you got, right? The real
Tudo
fight
bem.
starts now. Prepare
Eu
yourself
sei que eu tenho que fazer algo.
against me now. Smart thinking. Let's hope that move pays off. Good one.
Ah, ele segura.
Those that always dominate how their opponents shouldn't even enter the fight. One heavy attack isn't enough to make them suffer. That might have done some damage, but it's still too weak to finish things off.
Como assim?
Time to see how this fight ends.
Por alguma razão não saiu o teleporte.
That didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. That might have done some damage, but it's still too
Tem
weak
que
to finish
usar
things
desse
off.
personagem, ele é o
This
problema.
isn't all you got, right? Don't toy with me! Those that only get dominated by their opponent shouldn't even enter the fight.
Nossa, esse cara gosta disso.
Because you defeated one opponent doesn't mean you've won. You've lost one of your teammates. Time to fight as if you never needed them. That's what I was thinking. You really are killing me if you're getting cocky over this fight, isn't it? One heavy attack isn't enough to make them suffer. That didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. The match isn't over yet. If it were me, I'd be able to turn things around. The real fight starts now.
Ufa vida, nossa, mas ainda tem desafio.
Smart thinking. Let's hope that move pays off. That didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. I'm actually quite impressed how merciless that attack was. That didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. There's no such thing as a dirty fight. You're going to continue that strong attack together.
Nossa, será que eu vou sobreviver? Com certeza não. Olha minha vida,
You have a
nossa.
bad habit of taking your time
É
before you
o
get
super com
serious.
menos dano de escalhamento. Mas eu joguei uma boa, o cara foi bem. Não foi que nem ontem que eu perdi
Don't let
feio.
bad people boss you around, Broly.
Pelo menos o que importa é que eu, mesmo perdendo do jeito que eu perdi ontem, teve um bom número de visualizações. Não tanto. Tem que ter cuidado, não posso subestimar ele. Tem que parar de dar super 10. Eu não tô jogando. Eu preciso manter o máximo de personagens possível no maior.
Let's see how long they can keep it up. One heavy attack isn't enough to make them suffer. Smart thinking. Let's hope that move pays off.
It's right here!
I didn't think you could pull off a combination attack like this.
Caraca, o dano! Eu devia ter usado a versão.
It would be nice to see some sort of dramatic comeback.
Claro, é que eu vou.
I've watched this much. It would be nice to see some sort of dramatic It's easy to get careless.
Pensei que não ia acertar. Ah, eu esqueci que eu tenho um agarrão de comando que recupera a vida.
So this is how you act after losing just one teammate.
Eu não queria fazer isso.
It's easy to get careless when your enemy's far away, isn't it? Quit sizing up your opponent and attack already. You might have done some damage, but it's still too weak.
Já era, sinto muito.
Quite the show. Getting yourself blown away like that. Your enemy's not going to wait for you. Guess there's no such thing as a dirty fight. Try dodging this! What are you doing holding back from an attack already? You don't know when to give up! Just because you defeated one opponent doesn't mean you won! You lost one of your teammates. Time to fight as if you never needed them. I've watched this much. It would be nice to see some sort of dramatic comeback. The match isn't over yet. Maybe I'd be able to turn things around. They seem to know when to switch in and out. Watch this. That didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. What's going on? They messed this up beside the match.
Tudo por causa que eu resolvi ver os jogos do Tanzlong. Eu tentei teleportar, mas não foi.
Finalmente, um oponente digno.
This guy's name is Broly, right? Man, he's crazy strong.
Claro, ele é a Super Saiyajin lendário.
Learning your opponent's moves before the fight is an important skill. Smart thinking. Let's hope that move pays off.
Eu não queria fazer isso, eu queria fazer um mundial.
From that, they're clearly losing it. Try this! Smart thinking. Let's hope that move pays off. One heavy attack is enough to make them suffer. That didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up.
Caraca! Eu fiz Happy Birthday! Eu matei... Nossa! Essa aí foi fácil!
there's no such thing as a dirty
Claro. Quase.
It's easy to get careless when your enemy's far away, isn't it? Try this! You done yet? Just because you defeated one opponent.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Looks like this has turned into a somewhat decent fight. Smothering down the terrific hands off. The match isn't over yet. The real fight.
Tá, fiquei intimidado.
Prepare yourself.
Será que o Broly só
No one said your opponent wouldn't attack from behind. Behind you.
claro.
How naive. One heavy attack isn't enough to make you silent. It didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. Those that only get dominated by their opponents shouldn't even enter the fight. You survived.
Caraca.
You know when to switch in and out. I'm actually quite impressed how merciless that attack was. That might have done some damage, but it's still too weak to finish things off. I'm actually quite impressed how merciless that attack was.
Now you've done it!
One heavy attack isn't enough to make them suffer. This isn't all you've got. The real fight starts now.
Eu vou ter que dar um comeback louco.
Watch this fight. It would be nice to see some sort of dramatic comeback. Take this. They might have done some damage, but it's still too weak to finish things off. Take this. This is a fight. Anything else isn't worth watching.
Caraca! Batalha feroz!
Real fight starts now. Take this.
Nossa, mentira! Não, mentira que eu consegui essa! Nossa, mentira que eu consegui! Nossa! Nem eu acredito nessa!
You're actually a Then going any further would just be a waste of time. View.
Nossa!
Learning your opponent's moves before the fight is important as well. Got it! That wasn't a bad attack. Get out of here! I didn't do enough damage to warrant giving up. That wasn't a bad attack.
This feels good!
I suppose that was pretty good for a first attack. Unacceptable. I might have done some damage, but it's still too weak to finish things off.
Tem que livrar da Kefla, que é o maior problema. Porque não tem sério dele não. Ironicamente, o menor problema é o Godita.
You really are carefree if you're getting cocky with this kind of a lead. Watch this fight. It would be nice to see some sort of dramatic comeback. Watch this touch. It would be nice
Vou
to see
tentar
some
fazer uma coisa rara.
Take this. Because there's no such thing as a dirty fight. Smart thinking. Let's hope that move pays off. You don't know when to give up. So you're trying to minimize damage as much as possible.
É invencível agora o autocombo dele, é que nem o do Tran.
Smart thinking. Let's hope that move pays off. One heavy attack isn't enough to make them suffer. I'm actually quite impressed how merciless that attack was.
O cara pulou. Eu preciso de dinheiro inteiro. Nossa.
Your enemy is not going to wait for you. There's no such thing as a dirty fight.
Surprise, motherfucker. Vou dar tag, não tô nem aí.
The match isn't over yet. If it were me, I'd be able to turn things around. One heavy attack isn't enough to live with a real fight.
Caraca, ele me deu ganso!
Prepare yourself.
Agora tem que, mesmo com o Godito,
Guess there's no such thing as a dirty fight. It's easy to get careless when you're the real fight starts.
nossa, se eu perder pro pior personagem. Esse time aí é um counterplay mesmo.
Watch this fight. It would be nice to see some sort of dramatic time.
Nossa, mas foi 4, esse vídeo foi hype, eu perdi, mas perdi satisfeito. É melhor perder pra um oponente que luta bem do que um tryhard de total. Então tá, galera, muito obrigado pra quem assistiu. Clique no gostei se você gostou, compartilhe pra quem gosta do conteúdo do canal. Aí vai ter o link do meu canal e e a playlist de vídeos de Dragon Ball fighterz aqui do canal. Até mais, gente, tchau.